would still be able to get to the basket, dominate in the mid-range, but I'd be shooting way more threes, and I would see more minutes playing as a small ball power forward as well.
All right, let's check out San Antonio's starting lineup. We've got Josh Richardson, Jakob Poeltl out there with Devin Vassell, and it's the captain in at the point. Left side, Richardson. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Richardson came in shooting threes and thought that might be the only thing he could do. He's no one-trick pony.
Knocked away. Here's the break. Pushing it up now. Lets it go from the wing. And San Antonio again with a bucket.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Now here's Cunningham. Tight defense on him. Got a piece of it. And they're able to. And the Pistons call time here. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Bey against Richardson. And Richardson comes to help. 4 on the clock. Cunningham passes to Bey. For 3, Diallo. It doesn't go for him. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Last time they met in San Antonio.
And they came away with the win because everyone contributed. The starters, the bench, they all played as a unit.
Well, the second unit came in last game and just played lights-out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
You have to think with this Pistons squad that all eyes are on the future as opposed to the here and now. Young guys focused on reaching their potential.
Now here's Richardson. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Poeltl with the bucket.
Man, they're making everything and look confident. 5 shots, 5 makes.
Fantastic replay we just saw of the Mobile One drive.
Yeah, he's clearly not satisfied with the lead they have. Took it to the rack. It would not be denied.
Here's Duren. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Cavs in Cleveland.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds. Guys, can't forget about the fundamentals.
So where do you see the ceiling for this younger Pistons team as they continue to grow?
You know, B.A., it's always difficult to predict the limits of a team. But as long as they continue to steadily develop, they could become a unit with playoff potential.
Detroit calls timeout.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
And he lobs it up. Poeltl with the block. And they get it back. Bogdanovich passes to Cunningham. Now Diallo. 17 points for him last game against Cleveland.
Lest us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Bogdanovich, that's good.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Here's the captain. Again, it's the Spurs from deep.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
For Detroit, they've gone only 2 of 6 from the field. Cunningham, left side. No good on the shot. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
You have to respect their ability to stay consistent away from home. Keeping their cool. And making quality shots.
Well, awesome to see in that last game how the motion in their offense didn't stop because they were in some hostile territory.
Detroit has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. On the wing, Bay, guarded by Richardson. Pass to Cunningham. Back to Bay. Clock at 6. And again, the Pistons missing.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Diallo outside. Pass to Bay. Left side, Bogdanovich. The Pistons need to get one up quick. And again, the Pistons missing.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Oh, no good. The dry spell continues. Here's the captain. He's watched by Cunningham. Richardson up top. Here's the captain. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's San Antonio looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. Boy, they've been playing at a fast pace, beating the defense in transition and adding to that big lead. We'll be right back after this word.
Here we go. Time to get
Getting ready for the Pistons. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Noel comes in for Bagley. Bogdanovich has checked in for Bay. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Diallo. Well, teams are always hunting mismatches. Grant, I'll put it to you here. You prefer a speed advantage or a size advantage over your defender?
Well, B.A., it's all about the mismatches. And going back to when I was young and actually had some speed, it was great to be able to have both, depending upon who you went against. If a smaller player guarded you, use your size to shoot right over them. And if a bigger defender was on you, then yes, use your speed to turn the corner and get to the rim. So it depended upon who was guarding you.
So on the floor for the Spurs, we've got Devin Vassell, Josh Richardson out there with Jakob Poeltl, and it's the captain in at the 1 spot. The Pistons have gotten 7 of 13 attempts to go here in the second. Outside Bogdanovic. Pass to Noel. Outside Bogdanovic. There's Cunningham with a 3. Poeltl grabs a miss.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Count it.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Hey guys, the captain in their last game against the Raptors got the job done. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and that was just one element of his production. He ended up with a triple-double on the night. He was dominant, and they're hoping to get more of the same from him tonight. Take it away.
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Cunningham passes to Bogdanovic. Here's Hayes. Oh, trying his luck from deep. The rebound by the Spurs. Poeltl's got his 5th rebound in this one.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found the comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go.
Now returning on the floor for your Pistons, Hamidou Diallo.
And so the San Antonio Spurs
With the score, your Pistons 25, the Spurs 47.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. San Antonio shooting 64% for the game. Amazing. We've got Bojan Bogdanovic. Cade Cunningham out there with Hamidou Diallo. Then it's Duren, and it's Bey in at the small forward position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Richardson's got space. And there's another one for the Spurs.
Yeah, great find from Sohan. This is why his guys like playing with him.
Well, the Pistons shooting 32% for this game. Not what they're hoping for. The captain, that's good.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Cunningham passes to Diallo. A shot to stop the run. Pistons keep it alive. From behind the arc. The shot, no good.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there. Well, I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Now here's Diallo. He's got 5.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And Saddiq Bey, a 3-and-D wing. And he has the strength to play up at the power forward spot, Grant.
You know, B.A., that power forward spot might be his best position. Not the quick twitch type of athlete, but great physicality for a perimeter player.
The Pistons making a switch here. Stewart's checked in. McDermott's checked in for San Antonio. Bey, no good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Here's Poeltl. The shot off that time. Detroit has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Here's Diallo. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Diallo's got 7.
All right, after 4 misses, they finally get one to go. That has to be a big relief for the offense after beginning this half on a bit of a cold streak.
Pirtle with the bucket.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 6.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Almost converts despite the contact.
First personal foul. Team second. Shoot for San Antonio. Richardson.
And he drops it first.
There's so much inside of Josh Richardson that is yet to be tapped into. An athletic shooting guard who can play both ends of the floor.
Bagley's checked in for the Pistons. Hayes comes in for Cunningham. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Pistons have gone only 1 for 6 here in the second half. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
Basketball. Into the lineup for the Spurs. Bonham.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Yet another steal from him. His anticipation has been off the charts.
Off the charts indeed, BA. I mean, he's just taking the ball away with ease. And he's going to nail these if you give him the space. That's just soft D.
Well, defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the Pistons focusing on improving their scoring. Coach Dwayne Casey said, quote, "This is an offensive league. In today's game, you've got to be able to shoot the 3 because you can't make enough 2s to win. It's tough to defend the 3, so you've got to keep that scoreboard moving." Back to you.
Floor spacing at a premium, Allie. Thank you. Oh, a nice shot by Collins.
Strong suit on offense is Collins getting down on the inside.
Diallo outside. Another steal on the break. Pass to Bates Diop. From deep 3-point range. Knocked loose.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate. When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
Yeah, he has that fight in him. Love the aggression at the rim when they are trying to claw back into the game.
Now here's Hayes. He's got 7. Oh, he tries a 3. They get the rebound. Outside for Bay. Launches a 3. Pistons keep it alive. Stewart. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
6'8", 250, Isaiah Stewart. That's a lot of man to handle. And the big man, Isaiah Stewart, just relied upon to bring physicality and aggression to the floor, something he does well.
The first one falls. Stewart is one of those guys that you can count on to provide energy.
No doubt BA is going to crash the glass. He's going to be ferocious down there. And I like how he focuses on taking higher percentage shots.
Well, your Hall of Fame dad, Rick, made some interesting comments, Brent. One of them encouraging the league to crack down on illegal screens.
No way, BA. My dad said something that was controversial or interesting. You got to get out of here. Yeah, I mean, illegal screens, do we want to see less of them? Sure.
So, on the floor for San Antonio.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Here's the captain. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Pass to Magruder. Outside Bagley. Here's Joseph. The 3-ball. Can't get it to drop. McDermott with the ball. Down low. Here's Collins. Duren with the rebound.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Magruder's shot is good.
6'4", Magruder out there, comfortable on the inside, had enough room to get that one to go.
Pass to the captain. Now here's Collins. He's guarded closely. Here's the captain. And he hits the jump shot. He's got 38.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Here's Magruder. Here's Joseph. Just 5 on the clock. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Here's the captain. And the NBA trying some new things. One of them is the Elam ending, playing to a target score. So far, it's used in the All-Star game. Maybe more?
Well, there's been talk, BA, about using it in the midseason tournament, if that ever becomes a thing in the NBA, and I think we're on the road to seeing that come to fruition. I actually would love it outside of the midseason tournament and do it for some regular season games, because that's another swath of games that become more entertaining and more interesting because you're introducing the target score ending.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for San Antonio.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Knox, he's checked in for the Pistons.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Spurs.
Today, they were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And with this win, they will now have 52 victories for the year.
And even though this season series was only 2 games, a sweep is still a sweep.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for the captain.
And with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
Here's the captain. Over to the left wing. To the paint. Here's Jones. Good on the bucket.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
.35 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Noel. Here's Knox. Pass to Magruder. Tries to snap the cold streak. That one doesn't drop. Smooth sailing for San Antonio. Takes the 3. Good. Another from 3.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. He swipes the ball away again.
He's making history. Tied for third. those steals in a single game.
Just incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball. So we see the Spurs taking the W here. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson with our entire 2K crew thanking you for watching. So long, everybody.
Do you think your college coach would be proud of the way you were dropping dimes all over the court tonight?
Yeah, coach was always, talking about sharing the ball and making that extra pass. We spent half the practice just reversing the ball from sideline to sideline. So, yeah. I got a text from coach, man. He was happy for me.
I bet. So do you see yourself as a primary ball handler?
Man, I definitely believe in my ability to run the point and make plays for other people, Coach ultimately makes that decision. But, yeah, I like having the ball in my hands. I feel good when it happens.
Cold, dark skin, light skin, medium tones. Pumping braids got mini afros. Thick lips got hips, some of us don't. Big nose contours, some of us won't. Never wanna put us in the media, bro. Wanna like Kardashians. Wanna my auntie got a yo. We like the tell her reload it. I've got the camera, my girls are posing. I need some backup, then my ones are rolling. Grown women things, I'm never at risk. Mind my own business, I'm never in mess. Who am I ain't bae. Get a slice of the cake. Want a house with a view and a new pair of shoes. Keep it real from the jump. Gucci, little pump, little vibe, little bass, little kick, little snare, little lies, big truths. Do you? They don't care. Do you? They don't care. Get up to the box and build up from there. I don't have a with me, but I still walk with a clean. I rock Nikes cause we think they're clean. MJ leather jacket, beat it Billie Jean. MJ leather jacket cause I think I'm bad.
That's cool, I like it. The growth, the light, the pain, the fight. We love, we fight, we hurt, we cry. He paid the price, you'll be alright. Give me some time away. I took a little time. I'll pray, we gon' be alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. I think I need some time away. I took a little time. I'll pray, we gon' be alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright.
So many verses. Type them or put them in cursive. Deep like I'm burying hearses. Preach like I'm doing up churches. They got Chanel bags and purses. And I got some mashed up vans that I won't throw away cause I'm needy and hurting. I keep it in cause I can. I seen it and I think it's in my genetics. So I'm indebted. Cool off is expected, wow. Gather your thoughts and collect them now. Penny for my thoughts, make a fortune, bow. How'd you keep rapping off beat, bro? How? Talking about you getting on the tracks since when? Everybody's here, we don't need more friends. Just do you ain't gotta pretend. Just do you ain't gotta pretend. He was doing school while they were doing ends. Now he's doing money and that man are doing pen. You know about 6 or 5 of the men. You know about half of the men follow trends. He said to me, they put in the streets. That's what they wanted for me. And I said, G, someone can fix you a plate, but no one can force you to eat. Like when will he see himself as a king and not just a pawn in these streets? And when will we come together as a tribe and be what intended to be? I just wanna be free. Yeah.
Away, I took a little time. I'll pray, we gon' be alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. I think I need some time away. I took a little time. I'll pray, we gon' be alright. Okay, alright.
got the kissing like opera, I make it swoon. They know my name when I swear the lanes, they still ask who that is. She at the house party, hope she don't play the kid. Can't hear my phone, I'm on airplane mode, I'm still on 2%. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, yeah. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, no. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, yeah. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now.
I ain't opposed, she threw the and I ain't opposed, fighting the lows. I wear the sheepskin, but I am the wolf. I am the poster child, finessing the line that's posing and clothing and lying to open and hoping these to try 'em.
I frown, I sizzle 'em, they bite, they nibbling, they lying, they fibbing it, they charge, they children, they quiet, they whispering. They dry, I'm dripping it, they crying, no tissue man.
Hey, I got the kissing like opera, I make it swoon. They know my name when I swear the lanes, they still ask who that is. She at the house party, hope she don't play the kid. Can't hear my phone, I'm on airplane mode, I'm still on 2%. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, yeah. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, no. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, yeah. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now.
Man, let me call you back. I'm doing something important, trying to get these racks. New day, new flight that I'm boarding. All of my important. I seen you call, I ignored it. I got 10 toes on the pavement, but my mind is in orbit. Gorgeous.
I say a prayer to bless mine. This ain't a quiz, don't test mine. I ain't in whiz, but I get. You ain't a mentor, you get by. Yeah, I ain't not for nothing, you know I'ma get it. Yeah, I ain't not for nothing, you know that I'm winning.
Hey, I got the kissing like opera, I make it swoon. They know my name when I swear the lanes, they still ask who that is. She at the house party, hope she don't play the kid. Can't hear my phone, I'm on airplane mode, I'm still on 2%. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, yeah. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, no. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, yeah. Don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now, don't hit me right now.
Let the games begin. A million ways to win. I'm sick of the wait and sick of the pain. I live with this weight within that weighs me down, but nevertheless I find a way to win. I pick up the pace and simmer the game. The shook of the pace I bring. Embrace the savior. They're thinking of ways to slay the king. Running away from ways of sin. She thinking of ways to break me in. Delivering major, narrator. The bigger the work rate, the bigger the paper. I'm telling them your validation, boy, I validate myself. These rappers couldn't stomach me, they punch below the belt. Sitting and dreaming of palm trees, more drive than a calf. You're lukewarm, that's half heat. I'm Lupe, I'm Kweli, I'm Mos Def, I'm Ali. Who in the wanna spar me? This ain't a regular party. Somebody ring an alarm, please. My pole vote to the next stage. I've been ahead of the next wave and the next wave and the next wave. Labels are playing a guess game. I'll be the king of the chess game, telling them give me the checkmate. I'm a black man in a white world with a mad flow and a fresh fade. Couldn't see this in an X-ray. Space bars, better escape. The lost hope, but I kept faith. No games, but I get played. Stones. Gotta move though through the back doors and the loopholes. Move slow, then you lose hope. Gotta think fast, never stoop low. Few scars from a few foes. Now we move smart, never too close. Head in the game, telling them give me the praise. Tables are turning, we getting it burning. It never could sever the flame. Don't want a regular wage. Brother will be coming of age. Something to nothing, I promise I'm coming. I'm setting it up in a blaze. Gluttonous brothers is plotting on me. I'm in a cup with a couple of. I wouldn't bother to bother the one. Running the shot of this bob and I weave. Never forgetting that nothing is free. I've been ahead of them, I'm in the lead. I was a brother with nothing to see. One of the rappers who got a degree. I'm just a brother with nothing to hide. Ready to get in no matter the heights. Give you a little advice. Don't be the one that be living a lie. If you be plotting, you better be wise. Never be letting them get me alive. Brothers be trying to be killing the vibe. I will endeavor to sever the ties. Spending my hours on keeping the relevance. I was a brother with nothing but eminence. Double the pressure with nothing but elegance. I was a man who believed in development. Hard to fake, had to be prevalent. Last place, never was evident. Even though I was ahead of them, I was determined to make them irrelevant. Then I come for the regiment. I'll be the king of the residents. Put me on Letterman. I'm in my element. I was 11 when I was a... Give me the mic. Running the king. Hungry as ever. Nothing to eat. Nothing to something. I body the beat. None of you brothers got nothing on me. Stones here. Busker flow.
A mí nadie me dio nada, esto fui yo que lo busqué, mami. Yo quiero ganarme un Grammy, tener millones como Sammy. O sea, lo mío, tener una casa en Miami. Y la mete buscame, siempre positivo no quitamos. Tú nunca fuiste mío, no reclames. Yo estoy con lo mismo que yo empecé desde cero. Amante a la calle, los problemas y el dinero. Y la mete buscame, siempre positivo no quitamos. Tú nunca fuiste mío, no reclames. Yo estoy con lo mismo que yo empecé desde cero. Amante a la calle, los problemas y el dinero. Fui Richie, 08 teadera. Fui todos los presos míos. Tuvieron que hacer lo malo pa' burlarse del sistema. Con mucha vuelta que hicieron pa' llenar la cartera. Ahora vestimos de Gucci, estos pencos no me llegan, todos son duele de problemas ni de music. La calle la corremos de verdad, tono de boca. Hablen lo que quieran, pero ninguno me topa. Mientras ustedes están hablando, paro con una por ella da la cara. Dile a tu rapero favorito que yo soy su para. Ustedes no me llegan ni que los míos copiaran. Yo me muevo diferente, ey. Ustedes no quieren guerra cuando me ven a la calle, ninguno da en el frente, ey. Aquí damos corriente y la mete buscame. Siempre positivo no quitamos. Tú nunca fuiste mío, no reclames. Yo estoy con lo mismo que yo empecé desde cero. Amante a la calle, los problemas y el dinero. Y la mete buscame. Siempre positivo no quitamos. Tú nunca fuiste mío, no reclames. Yo estoy con lo mismo que yo empecé desde cero. Amante a la calle, los problemas y el dinero. Mi meta es seguir buscándome, no estoy en gente. Yo me busco papeletas, eso frecuente. No te lleves de la dema que tiene la gente. Soy puro con lo puro, me rodeo con... Mírame en la cadena, los bibis están brillando. La muñeca del peso me está tumbando. Ellos me preguntan cómo me estoy buscando. Pa' mí que tú estás cooperando. La pista que me pongan yo no ronco, yo la aplico. Neni me produce, siempre rompemos los discos. Ustedes todos son cooperan con Federico. Así en su mal 6 que te dan 7 y pico. A mí nadie me dio nada, esto fui yo que lo busqué, mami. Yo quiero ganarme un Grammy, tener millones como Sammy. O sea, lo mío, tener una casa en Miami.
Everybody, I suckle a bomb, they put your gully, all in the woo. Everybody, we dripping till I see no matter to my rise running, yeah. Could I run out on an otokushikato? My gami yori kini shirashimoto. Nakamata chito asobu no shigoto. When I get to ride, nine as a head of a mo.
Feel so yeah, roll the planes to the game, on my way, how you feel, yeah, I said, you feel so good, Achikochi talking so, shut this, don't sue, gala way, tuition, I gala liu, a goni shita lama sunny, naga little flow, waki de lu idea like a waterfall, when it up, gotta fight, or they coast a suit low, magic, ooh, oh my god, then more people walk along, what is God, can't you lose, hey, tanoshimasu, kola each mountain die, Jiwawala, and you padalo,
Ooh, everybody, I suckle a bomb, they put your gully, all in the woo. Everybody, we dripping till I see no matter to my rise running, yeah. Could I run out on an otokushikato? My gami yori kini shirashimoto. Nakamata chito asobu no shigoto. Konna yatsu right now, na zete dokomo. Shinu made to my rise running at the band stage, you know where they all the jump like a kick. Ignite koto nai, mite kita topu kara tehen. Mata tas ni mo marite tehen. Yeah, shinai jutai. Rapper psycho zeta Q. I got new chain, much thick, nearby. At the muscle side, demo, knock out na. Hold it back. Mini question, short to sneak at the neck of no man. Show guys, they'll talk on the top of shadow. But they stick it to the time. Okay, nice. You guys see my niche. Okay, I got a ton of coke. I don't make it up. No matter what, show come and shoot it with me. My niche for show.
Let's, hey, get my paper. Yeah, get la hoga, my seal to me. Touch him on the Sami. Gucci bank, shit that oil more than Gusha back, like I saw in the Shinkansen. No saying, Kokushin not crazy. Hanaka poke, you may want more to bake it. Tabi, Anokoa, Yoko, Hanashi Modoru, Iki time. Kushi Karamoka, Horgambate, or got the chance, and then they got a gambate, life Yoka, so the Zenzen. Say, I get the Katema, Yakda Magic, and I let the who him. I got the guy station,
everybody, I suckle a bomb, they put your gully, all in the woo. Everybody, we dripping till I see ちと遊ぶの仕事こんな奴らいないな絶対どこも
How many times do I gotta prove? I'm one of them guys that will never lose. Look in the sky and you see how we move. I done got tired of teaching in school. Retired from thinking you thinking the same way I'm thinking. Was I built a tunnel and back in the crib to go straight to a safe. And as long as the link is you think. Real dope boy, all white Nike Airs or a fresh pair of D's. With a in the spot, city looking for a job. Told him watch for them beats. I can't put the crib in my name. Cause everything in that. And plus it's the feet. Throw the money up. Went from a G-Shock to a paddock. I'm coming up thinking them nights. All I ate was a honey bun. It was so dark, but I knew that the sun would come. Nobody like me, I'm one-on-one. Your dog keep barking, we might have to muscle him. If I don't leave with them, I did not come with them. Check out the scoreboard, look like we run again. I'm at the golf and sitting so close to the game. I might just talk to D-Rose. My foot, I might just trip up the rep. You on the net talking about goals. I've been through the fire. I had to take off my socks and step over cold to sit in this rose. Claiming ain't working, some of them just slow. That means sometimes some cold. We knocking these down, see that we in the game. Them it's out of bounds. Heavy tip when we ride around. I ain't have it before, but they see I got it now. Helicopters get. You can't swim in that water, you probably ain't no more posting in lobbies now. Cause we pull up in Maseratis now. Gone. Real dope boy, all white Nike Airs or a fresh pair of D's. With a in the spot, city looking for a job. Told him watch for them beats. I can't put the crib in my name. Cause everything in that. And plus it's a few. We knocking these down. See that we in the game. Them it's out of bounds. Heavy tip when we ride around. I ain't have it before, but they see I got it now. Helicopters get. You can't swim in that water, you probably ain't no more posting in lobbies now. Cause we pull up in Maseratis now. Or we might pull up in the Maybachs. With a 6 braids, got them straight. Take that. Y'all play the kitchen like Ajax. Order new Benchy like 8 racks. That's why I ride them. Yeah. Real dope boy, all white Nike Airs in a brand new. In the spot, looking out. I told him he should watch through the wind. He don't want nothing but. I bet you that change up the temp. With a came with a can't erase nothing I did, cause I ain't write this with no pencil. Play tough until they really get. Woke up in the cold sweat in the rental, nervous like the first day of school. Worst come to worst, play it cool. Already did the worst we can do. Real dope boy, all white Nike Airs or a fresh pair of D's. With a in the spot, city looking for a job, told him watch for the beats. I can't put the crib in my name, cause everything in that.
And there has, Greg, been some talk within the league about adding a mid-season tournament. What are your thoughts on that possibility?
I mean, with the success of the play-in tournament, which, in full disclosure, I was not for, but love now, I can see why they're considering it.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. You've got the captain. Also, Devin Vassell out there. Josh Richardson out there with Pirtle. And it's Zohan in at the 4 spot. Craig, some exciting news for MP and his camp. It's announced he'll be one of the 3-point contest participants this year at All-Star.
And for me, that is the contest at All-Star Weekend. MP has a great release, and I think has a good chance to win this one.
Outside Collins. Young outside. He kicks it to Hunter. Outside Collins. Clock at 4. Young for 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
Look at the range Trey has. He can make those deep shots look so easy.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, and you could see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
And that one is good.
Look, this is how you draw it up coming out of the locker room. 3 of 3 so far.
AGA, what about these Hawks? They can really be fun to watch.
Yeah, and they just need to be more consistent, Kevin. It seems they can beat anyone on any day. If they can start doing that regularly, we're talking about big things in the future.
And no real surprise to see that MP will be on the Rising Stars roster. It would be a travesty, I think, Greg, if he was left off it.
And you look at the rest of the players in that game. MP is just one of many incredible young talents to be showcased. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Hunter on the wing. Richardson cover. Stripped it away. Takes a 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Now, here is Young. He's guarded close. Collins kicks to Murray. It's Young on the wing. To halt the run. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Young's got his second bucket of the night.
Defensive breakdown. Murray attracts attention as a scorer, which opens up everything else.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
The Hawks trail by 12. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I briefly spoke with Nate McMillan. This will be the first game this season against this team. He knows they're great rim protectors, but he doesn't want his guys to back down. He told them, push the action, stay confident. You may get one sent back. Don't let that deter you at all. So, Kevin, they're going to keep trying to be aggressive all game.
Okay, David, thank you. We'll see if they can execute Greg well enough to beat the good defense.
Yeah, and it's about identifying the right matchup. You almost always have an advantage somewhere on the floor.
You can bet they've been doing a lot of scouting, really getting a chance to prepare for this game. This should be an interesting game of adjustments.
The captain, and again, it's San Antonio with a 3. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for San Antonio?
For me, they're turning defense into offense, creating opportunities by taking the ball away. Great effort.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Kenrich Williams comes in for DeAndre Hunter. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for DeJounte Murray. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Young. The captain with the bucket.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Bogdanovic looking around. The kick out to Holiday. They need this. The Hawks again can't hit. From deep three-point range, the captain no good. And so it's Bogdanovic who brings up the ball for Atlanta. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
This was their game plan going in. Make shooters uncomfortable by challenging every possible shot.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Got a piece of it. Here's the captain, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Pass to Harris. Here's the captain. It could go. Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin's on fire.
And so it's Santa.
Let's hear it for your ATL.
And if you completely new group for Atlanta. Here's Holiday. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. They've got Okongwu. Williams is out there with John Collins. Then there's Bogdanovic. And it's Holiday in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And finish off by Collins.
At Collins' size, it's impressive just how active he is, leading by example.
And Collins has shown to be a game changer on the floor. The problem for him has been staying on the floor. Has fought the injury bug his whole career.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
To the inside, here's Okongwu. That shot off. Collins with some nice D. For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. For Collins, he has yet to play close to a full slate of games, Greg, in a single season.
Collins has missed time in each season he's played. He's young enough. A few years of good injury fortune can change the narrative, and let's just hope that's the case for his sake.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, guys. The captain in the last game against Detroit had a huge game. He ended up with 43 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
The Hawks again can't hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
A three-pointer is right on target. The captain's got 44.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Collins kicks to Bogdanovich. To stop the run. The shot by Collins, no good.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Spurs just dominating this one. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers, a very high percentage of those in the first half.
And you talk to the great ball handlers, and they say, Greg, that footwork is an underappreciated aspect of it. Why is that?
It's like a dance. You're eluding the defender mostly with your feet. The ball handling part is just making sure the ball comes along for the ride.
On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Richardson, the captain out there with Devin Vassell. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Sohan in at the power forward. Here's the captain, following the basket by Trae Young. The captain with the bucket.
Ooh, heat check after heat check. He rises to the occasion, trying to will his team to victory.
He got it again. Sensational.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That's his third foul of the game.
Team's third.
Pass to Murray. Back to Young. There's the triple. Doesn't go for him. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Their next game is in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. To the middle, Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, now that they've settled into this game, you can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, the reason why they made the adjustments they needed to make. They are executing. You see the vertical. Clint Capella way above the rim with one or two hands.
Here's the captain, defended by Young. And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain.
Number 2.
That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the third quarter. Harris outside. Passes it to the captain. Wants to get it to Collins and does. Harris passes to the captain. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the pass to McDermott. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Collins trying to break free. And it's in there. The captain's got 52 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Spurs out in front. Oh. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes...
We'll go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Collins comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Hunter's checked in for Johnson. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Griffin. A chance here to get a quick injury report.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Hawks provided us with some information. Guys, he says it's just a bruised shoulder. Good news, because at first they feared it was much worse. For a team that was looking to put a solid playoff run together, this injury scare is not what they need right now. Devin?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
I mean, a devastating blow, to say the least.
Collins and Capella man the post position. The guard pair, the talented Young and Murray. And it's Hunter in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Justin Holiday's checked in for DeJounte Murray. And it's Williams in for Trae Young. And the media is able to vote on awards like all rookie. But, Greg, those awards can end up determining a player's max salary. Any concern there?
No doubt there is, but somebody has to decide those awards, right? And no matter who it is, there's always going to be some pushback. So as long as contracts are tied to them, that power will be in someone else's hands.
Capella kicks to Holiday. Shot to stop the run. Capella dishes to Holiday. Williams with a clean look. Atlanta again missing. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Down low, here's Pirtle. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. Super.
Focus. Pirtle taking the hit well and cashing in on a quality and one opportunity.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for Capella. Johnson comes in for John Collins. And it's Bogdanovich in for DeAndre Hunter. We know, Greg, the league trending towards small ball, but some teams are having success playing two bigs up front.
And I think the key is having versatile big men. If they can space the floor and play in space, also be able to cover smaller players, why not get the added rebounding and rim protection?
What impresses me is the efficiency of Bogey's game. He works so hard to develop that consistency.
Watanabe's checked in for Josh Richardson.
2 minutes remaining.
Zohan, the pass to the captain. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got 10 points in the quarter.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
San Antonio with the ball. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. And the dunk by Pirtle.
It's impressive. The level of domination
at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
Outside, Williams launches it. It's hauled in by Watanabe. San Antonio's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for San Antonio.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the captain.
You know what stood out to me was the anticipation defensively. He sensed what the offense wanted to run, then found ways to disrupt that and cause turnovers.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
.58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The captain passes to Jones. Spurs passing it around. Shot's good by Watanabe.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Yeah, they sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Times do I gotta prove? I'm one of them guys that will never lose. Look in the sky and you see how we move. I done got tired of teaching in school. Retired from thinking you thinking the same way I'm thinking. Was I out the tunnel and back to the crib? They go straight to a sink. And as long as the link is you think. Real dope boy, all white night airs or a fresh pair of beats. With a in the spot, city looking for a job. Told him watch for them beats.
But after that, you're gonna get better players, you'll be able to get rewarded for it, and then you'll be able to, like, just to jump into online, there's Triple Threat Online, which is 3-on-3, with you're controlling all three players, or you could do it in co-op, which is you and your friends using your favorite players. So like I could be LeBron James, you could be Kevin Durant, and your friend could be Giannis, and we can go up like as if we're in the park and do it online. It's just so much fun. So you just want to get used to it, maybe in clutch time, and once you're ready, jump into
Well, you got to expect a low-scoring game tonight, Grant. To lock each other down.
Both these teams are elite on the defensive end. These guys won't be making it easy out there. When there's lots of stops, lots of forced turnovers, it can be very difficult to find a scoring rhythm.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. we've got Josh Richardson. Devin Vassell out there with Jakob Poeltl. And it's the captain in at the 1. Hits the trifecta.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Garland, the pass to Mitchell. Let's go with a 3. San Antonio with a rebound. Last time they met in San Antonio.
In their last game against this opponent, they secured the win because their second unit really stepped up.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
First team foul.
Out of bounds, it'll be Spurs ball.
San Antonio ball.
Here's the captain. He's checked by LeVert. The captain on target from range. He's got 9.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot. And you know, guys, I don't think too many people expected the resurgence we saw from the Cavs last season. It started with their defense. He's going off this quarter, a huge reason why this team is on top.
Cleveland calls timeout. Well, in terms of their D, the Cavs have gone from one of the softer teams in the league to one of the toughest.
Well, think about this. I mean, they're a young team. They play with tremendous energy, and we see that in the way they get after it on defense. Oh, boy, he's looking reckless now. Yet another foul call on him.
Second team foul.
Here's Garland. Against Chicago, he was really on his game. Will it go? There's the triple. Fires in the triple.
What a critical bucket. This game could have gotten out of hand early if they allowed that run to go much longer.
Here's the captain. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost. Just out of control. Already 3 fouls for him. He'll likely have to take a seat.
Mobley passes to LeVert. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Garland. 5 to shoot. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And Darius Garland has proven he's a franchise player, Grant. And the upside is still there for him.
Oh, wow. He could be one of the best guards in the league when he hits his prime. He gives you everything you want from a point guard. This team was patient with him, and it paid off.
Well, we know that injury ended Darius Garland's college career right at its infancy. But this guy smartly used his recovery time to focus on getting ready for the NBA. And boy, he's proven he can be a gifted player.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Here's the captain. And San Antonio again with a bucket. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Spurs?
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Here's the 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle. They took their chances letting him stay out there with so many early fouls, and they'll be paying for it the rest of the game.
That's good from Garland. When you see players make that leap from star to superstar, think about guys like Giannis and Jason Tatum. I mean, what is that step like? You did it.
Well, it's interesting. You know, you come into the league and you have success right away, but at some point, everything just clicks. It could be year 4, year 5, year 6, usually in that window where now you figure things out and now you take that next step and become elite. Now, BA, you know, I'm hoping that things start to click with me in my golf game. It's been about 4 or 5 years there, too.
Superstar status is not in the cards for you on the golf course, Grant. The captain misses.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
I love this approach, getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Outside Garland. Mitchell against Harris. Mitchell with room to shoot. Here's Mobley. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time.
We know unequivocally Evan Mobley has length. He's got timing. This guy eats up rebounds.
And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Garland, the pass to Mitchell. Mobley outside. Here's Garland. The 3. It's another 3 for Cleveland.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
Here's the captain. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Outside Mitchell. Pass to Stevens. Back to Mitchell. Out to Garland. Just 5 to shoot. No good from outside. Here's the captain. Against Atlanta, he was really on his game. The 3 is up. Oh, did he get it off in time? He did. How about that?
Are you serious? That was incredible.
What a way to seize momentum. Can it carry over into the next quarter? Beautifully done.
And so it's San Antonio with a commanding 22-point lead going into the... Dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. Spurs out in front, leading by 17. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes...
Substitution on the court.
And so in the game for the Spurs, we've got Devin Vassell, Jakob Poeltl out there with Josh Richardson. And it's the captain in at the point.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Hey, guys, the captain in their last game against the Hawks had a huge game. He contributed 52 points and also did a lot of damage from long. He had his handprint all over that game. Put up some big numbers. Guys, back to you.
Good stuff, Allie. Tremendous effort from him in that last game, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I think he pushed them to the win through sheer force of will.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
And Grant, Donovan Mitchell wears the number 45. Not one we see a lot of in the NBA.
That's true, B.A., but Donovan's got a good reason to wear it, paying homage to Michael Jordan.
Nabbing another steal.
With every steal, he continues his march towards the record books.
Looking at his season totals, he's got a good view of third most steals in a year. What a defensive season for him. Here's Mobley. Got a hand on it, and they'll keep possession. The Spurs have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. And yes, another basket.
And just like that, he's tied the record for most 50-point games.
This is a record I never thought would be matched. Unbelievable year from him. 4-3. Good. Another from 3. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man's so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Now Mitchell. He's putting up some terrific numbers. Over 28 a game. again, he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you get a sense of the touch that Donovan Mitchell has as part of his arsenal. Inside the painted area, he can finish with either hand. That's a pretty play.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple.
He swipes the ball away again.
All year long, that's been his thing. Just pouncing on any chance to grab a steal.
And with that swipe, he is now tied for third for most. Yet another steal from him.
And he creeps towards greatness with every steal he makes.
He has climbed his way up to the third highest steal numbers ever in an NBA season. Pass to Garland. Outside Mitchell. Oh, there's the alley. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Mitchell.
Yeah, just couldn't make the connection. But you appreciate their attempt at moving the ball.
Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavs. Neto comes in for Garland. The captain misses.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Spurs. For the Cavaliers, Stevens comes in for LeVert. And Okoro is subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
That's tipped. Here's the captain. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
This one for three. Connects again from distance.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps hitting from deep.
Man, he's just exploded from deep tonight. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game. Here's Neto. Pass to Mobley. A minute 4 left in the third quarter. Here's Stevens. Can they get it? And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Here's Neto. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Okoro. And once again, off the mark by Cleveland.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And I think
good. Another from three.
Splashes home another three, and he moves into second place with that make.
Well, you got to think that every time he releases the ball from deep, it's going in. He just keeps raining down the threes.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Mobley outside. Here's Okoro. Collins with the rebound.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Here's the captain. And another one. Oh, and there's 80 points.
Oh, wow. Just wow. This guy is on another level.
And so the same. And as
substitution.
Completely new group for the Cavaliers. One minute left in the fourth quarter.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And it's another win for this team. 54 victories for them this year.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for the captain.
He had a surplus of energy tonight, providing defensive help all over the floor and making it seem like they had 6 guys out there instead of 5.
The lengthy pair of Mobley and again for 3.
There it is, a shot that puts him tied at the top of the record books.
And he just can't be denied from deep. Now he's tied for most threes in a single game. Amazing. Garland, the pass to LeVert. Now here's Mitchell. Pass to Mobley. Shot clock at 6. That one's good. Mitchell making the play.
Well, that's a beautiful pass by Donovan Mitchell to a ready shooter, and his focus as a distributor has really improved.
So we see the Spurs taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was an enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.
With just about a half season behind us, the rankings are clearer than ever, Greg. You feel confident starting to make some playoff predictions?
Oh, Kevin, it's way too early for that. Injuries, other roster shakeups. There's just still so much that could happen and totally reshape those rankings.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Devin Vassell out there with the captain. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Pirtle. And it's Sohan in at the 4 spot.
I tell you what, Rozier is a guy who doesn't back down. Matter of fact, this guy will take a hit and keep on ticking.
The captain with the bucket.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team.
Outside ball. And it's off from 3-point range. Shoots. The captain with the bucket. The captain's got his second bucket of the night.
There's one thing that's become clear about this Hornets team. They've become one of the best passing teams in the league.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. And Charlotte's passing has improved a lot in the last few seasons. Greg, even more.
Yeah, their assist numbers have been terrific, and they keep their turnovers to a minimum. That's a trend you want to see continue.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Oubre finds Rozier. And a miss there on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's the captain. No good on the triple. Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes before the game. He said the big thing is we cannot play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. We'll see if they can turn the tables around and even up this season series, Kevin. Back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thanks. Yeah, that defense, something to be reckoned with. Greg, we'll see how it plays out.
Well, it's important to be patient. The other team's going to take certain things away. Just keep probing, trying to find that weakness.
And, you know, one of the things you can do is try to speed up the pace. Make them react to what you're doing instead of the other way around. Don't play on your heels. Be the aggressor.
Hornets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Oubre inside the three-point line. No good on the shot.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's the captain. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Now, here's Rozier. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Oh, ball in position.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
And Charlotte turns it over again.
San Antonio.
Some changes for Charlotte. Williams, he's checked in for Plumlee. Markkanen comes in for P.J. Washington. And it's Cody Martin in for Ball. Three-pointer. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
There's the 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
McDaniels checked in for the Hornets.
Coming onto the floor for your
Rozier looking around.
Jalen McDaniel.
Outside Martin. And the basket by Rozier. And that's now 6 points for Terry Rozier.
You know, inside Rozier certainly doesn't have the height advantage, but he's quick and crafty and can find ways to the basket.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And here is Rozier after the three-pointer from the captain. There's 42 seconds left here in the first quarter. Puts it up, and it's San Antonio with another.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
The Hornets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That's good from Williams.
At the line for your.
He's perfect from the line this time. 34 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lets the 3 fly. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Knocked loose. Rozier the pass to McDaniels. Inside. Here's Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished and good. He hits it again.
Another night, another 40 points in the books for him. What a season.
Greg, you're right. He is edging ever closer to the second place mark for most 40-point games in a year.
And with Jordan's mark of 37 firmly in the rearview mirror, he is now marching towards Wilt's 1963 mark of 52 games of 40 or more. Just a legendary season.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Spurs.
They are committed to running the floor.
And so it's San Antonio ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. Back to the action in just a minute. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different. Check in for San Antonio. Clark, when they're evaluating draft prospects, we always hear about wingspan, arm span. How does that translate to the basketball floor?
Well, it's actually reach factor, Kevin. That's a huge component of defense, particularly when you're talking about guys switching all the time. So the ability to cover ground, to challenge shots from a distance, that's why wingspan is so important. And you think about it, multiple defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert, perhaps has the longest wingspan ever recorded at the Combine.
The big men on the floor, it's Washington and Plumlee. The guard pair, Ball and Rozier. And it's Oubre in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Here's Rozier. Rebound by Sohan.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't.
Another one goes. Incredible.
There it is. 50 points for him, and the record is his.
Greg, I'm in awe of his year. Absolutely in awe. To have this many 50-point games is just something most players dream of.
That 1962 campaign from Wilt Chamberlain is the stuff of myths. But the record for 50-point games set in that year has been broken, an achievement for the ages. And once again, he crosses the 50-point threshold, witnessing great basketball, something you can never take for granted.
You see it every time he takes the floor. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. To the paint. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Tell you what, the competitive spirit of Ball, I absolutely love it. This guy is relentless.
The captain. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
Ball finds Oubre. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And it's Rozier missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Richardson against Oubre. And here is Rozier. 13 points in the game. Just 5 to shoot, and they call over the back here. Too much contact.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that go into rebounding, guys. You need strength, you need positioning, but I think timing and a nose for the ball, most important. And I think you're right. That's what got him that call, his physicality and strength.
And the Spurs with possession. This run now up to 13-2. And how exciting it must be to have LaMelo Ball, Clark, on your team.
Kevin, clearly one of the most exciting guards in the league. The anticipation was through the roof for Ball, and needless to say, I think he's lived up to it.
There's the pass to Ball. Back to Oubre. It's tipped. Here we go, all alone from deep. It's rebounded by Charlotte. The kick out to Ball. A rebound by the Spurs. Sohan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's the captain. Good, he hits again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
From deep. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Charlotte making a switch here. Martin's checked in.
Substitution on the...
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for San Antonio.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
On the floor for San Antonio, Jones is out there with the captain. Then it's Collins, and it's Watanabe in at the power forward position. That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And a drive like that one can be a knockout punch. Great finish at this juncture.
And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Hornets. Another steal. From deep 3-point range, the captain no good. The Hornets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Rozier against Jones. Plumlee, the pass to Rozier. Shot from the wing. And he connects with the jumper. Rozier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Rozier is always looking to provide some offense for his team, and he usually does.
That one from long range. Charlotte has gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third. He swipes the ball away again.
And every swipe he comes up with inches him closer to the second spot on the most steals in a season.
Well, his defense has been historic as he marches towards 2nd on the all-time steals list.
And Don Busey coming up with 281 steals back in 1977, a mere 4 years after they started recording steals as an official stat. Amazing.
Nabbing another steal.
He's making history, tied for 3rd most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball.
Really hard to think of things they didn't do well in this one. Certainly a dominant night on offense
for San Antonio.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And these guys have played very well this season, and this win tonight, guys, will push their win column up to 55.
A 2-game season series. They win.
And another steal for him.
And the thief strikes again. He's piled up so many steals this season.
And the effort has been there all year long. And now he is tied for 2nd on the list for most steals.
And it was Don Busey in 1977 who had previously laid.
And again for 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for third now.
He swipes the ball away again.
Another legend.
Connects again from distance.
And with that made three, he now stands alone for third most threes.
And another steal for him.
He's stolen his way into the record book.
A new single-game high, GA for steals.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, the captain.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
I don't think anyone in this building saw this coming. I'm sure that of the players who these fans thought would beat them, his name was not at the top of the list. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yuta Watanabe.
And that one falls for Jones.
And the third team foul.
And he makes both free throws. 9 seconds left in the game. Here's the captain. Here's the three. Hits it again. Wow.
And that ties him for third all-time scoring for a single game. What an incredible performance.
Absolutely. A game not to be forgotten. He has put on a show. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance.
Times do I gotta prove? I'm one of them guys that will never lose. Look in the sky and you see how we move. I done got tired of teaching in school. Retired from thinking you thinking the same way I'm thinking. Was I built the tunnel and back to the crib to go straight to the sink. And as long as the link is you think.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to the NBA Rising Stars Challenge, a game that has become such a special part of all-star festivities.
And that's really because it always provides us with such a...
Substitution on the court.
It gives each of these young players a chance to really do something special on a national stage, maybe for the first time in their professional career.
Catching up on the changes for USA. Maurice checked in for Wiseman. Johnson comes in for Barnes. The captains checked in for Jalen Green. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Owen. So Team World's 5 right now. We've got Yurtseven. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position. You brought up the big stage these young guys are on tonight. For so many of the fans, Greg, who are still, just getting familiar with these players, it really is a great welcome to the NBA moment.
It really is a showcase. And for each player, whether they have great moments or not, just being chosen to participate is a huge honor. And it says a lot about where they stand amongst their peers.
And Team World calls time here.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come. such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible, and they are the best players in the world.
And guys, since this game started back in '94, this has been a perfect warm-up for the All-Star game. I mean, it has all the fun and excitement of the big game with the added element of introducing some of the great young stars to the league's fans.
Primo with the bucket.
And we haven't seen very much of him in the regular season yet, but there's no question he's got a very bright future ahead of him.
I agree with all of that. Even with limited playing time, his talent has been evident, and that talent is strong enough to have earned him a spot in this game, and that says a lot considering he doesn't play a bunch for his team.
On the wing, Daniels. Knocked away and stolen by Mobley. Here's the captain. Another three for USA.
And that's getting it done from deep. That's what the All-Star game gives you, the freedom to show your full range.
You know, taking that shot in a regular season game might get you a spot on the bench, but here, it gets you a standing O.
Covered by Johnson. Clock at 6. Fires the three. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. From deep. Another three for USA.
Yeah, this looks like a complete game shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Primo, the pass to Daniels. 1:21 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Primo. It's hauled in by USA. Mobley's got 4 rebounds in this game. And again, the three-point shot is good from the captain. And now it's a 9-point USA lead. It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential they put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution.
From deep three-point range. Rebound by Team World. Ripped away. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. The captain's got 17.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks Chelsea.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And there's the foul. It'll go up on the captain. Number 2. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's 2 fouls for him this quarter. A third would be a problem.
Higgins is checked in for Mobley. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's the captain. Knocks down the 3-ball. The captain's got 23 points.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Fires the three. Another three for USA.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive.
And it's USA with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We've got more in store for you right after this. Welcome back to this showcase of the amazing young talent in the NBA, the Rising Stars Challenge.
And it's not hard to tell just how much fun these young guys are having out there tonight.
That's exactly right. And the same goes for the fans. I mean, they're having a blast, too. What a terrific event this has been.
So, Team World's 5 right now. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Franz Wagner. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Duarte at the 2. And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain.
First team foul.
And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Jalen Green's checked in for USA.
Light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight.
Team foul.
And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
We're about a minute in. Here's Duarte. Offensive rebound. Kuminga. Great D that time from the captain.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Here's Banton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on James Wiseman. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for USA.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Here's the captain. Another 3 for USA.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Team World with another miss.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Some players in the Rising Stars Challenge aren't especially well known yet, but this young man is someone we've already become very familiar with.
It has not taken him long to really establish himself in the league. I mean, he's been logging a ton of minutes.
Wagner wide open. Team World with another miss.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, they're looking to battle back. That's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Manton, the pass to Duarte. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds. It'll be USA's ball.
USA ball.
And USA.
Substitution.
USA up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of... And it's time to get back into it at the Rising Stars.
Substitution
in for Mobley. And Team
on
World making a change here. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Green, 1 shot.
Free throw good, Green.
Looking for a one-word descriptor for Jalen Green? The best one I come up with is exciting. The way he runs the floor and gives every play his all. This guy is just fun to watch.
They've got Owens. Jalen Green is out there with Scotty Barnes. Then there's Wiseman. And it's the captain in at the 2. To the middle. Looking to end the run. Boom, he jams it straight down.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
And for Team World, Jonathan Kuminga out there with Yurtseven. Then it's Franz Wagner, and it's Banton in at the point. Deep 2 from Wagner. Almost, but it rolls out.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. On offense, here's Team World. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Banton misses the 3. Banton's gone 3 of 9 shooting. Here's the captain. The long distance 3 is buried. The captain's got 49 points in the game.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they...
So USA wins it.
What a terrific game. I tell you what, these young players are going to give us years of excitement to come. The future of the NBA is looking very bright with these guys, Kevin.
Terrific young players. It sure is. You're right, Greg. And this really was a fun contest to watch, as it always is. We hope you've all enjoyed it as much as we have. Thanks so much for joining us. For Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.
Another year for the My Team Unlimited tournament. It's definitely exciting. $250,000 is no joke. Everyone tries their hardest. Everyone builds their My Team for this moment. This is your opportunity to show yourself against the best of the best, and you want to be able to compete. So that's where all the badges, the shoes come in, all that stuff. I think this year you're being...
Welcome to All-Star action, everyone. Now we'll see the captain.
In his career, he's been an outstanding distance shooter.
Some guys would say the three-point contest is just for fun, but you can feel the competitive pressure out here on the floor.
If you look into the eyes of your competitor and you see him nervous, you got it. So you got to stay focused, stay loose, and just let it rip.
He's got 11. 7 in a row. Guys, he's feeling it. He's at 14.
Oh, yeah, he is on a roll.
An amazing 11 straight hits.
Such a pure stroke.
He clinches 19.
3 good racks in a row, shooting it well.
He's nailed 4 in a row. He's at 23 points.
He's heating up.
Now he's going 7 consecutive hits.
And a great finish here.
That's 29 points now. Comes away with a total of 30 points. What an incredible round. He was absolutely red hot.
Yeah, it just took a couple for him to heat it up, and then he buried 11 straight.
So it'll be Damian Lillard here.
And you had to...
16 points is his score for the round. I'd say a solid showing from him.
It didn't exactly scorch the net, but that was still a pretty good showing.
Yeah, not the number he hoped for, but that one might stand.
And so here's... So it's Devin Booker now.
If shots aren't falling, shooters need to stick with what...
16 points is his score for the round. That was a nice piece of shooting we saw from him out there.
And he stayed with it and came away with a pretty decent score.
Good focus, but never quite got that hot.
2, 1, go! The captain's going to be the one to beat in the finals, it is safe to say.
Well, if he wasn't the favorite already, he definitely is now. All eyes are on him.
Well, he is putting on a show, and his confidence has got to be through the roof.
And so here we go. Luka Doncic. He racks up 20 points in the round. He had his shot on automatic. That's why he's in this contest.
Yeah, you just needed to get warmed up a little bit in that round, and he got his misses out of the way early and then caught fire.
2, 1, let's go!
Now we'll see the captain. He knows how many points it's going to take to be crowned the champion. Let's see if he can get it done.
20 to tie, 21 to step into the lead.
2. Now has 4, 6.
Coming through.
5 for 5 from that rack. Make that 6 in a row. Wow!
8 more points to tie it up. Got to get hot.
He's at 14.
And I think he's hearing that drum beat back there. He's in rhythm.
An amazing 11 straight hits. Oh, 13 in a row. This is unreal. Does he ever miss? Just hit 23.
Cranking up the heat.
Oh, this is beyond belief. What a streak.
I love his style. Boy, he's really going for it in these last racks here. Wow.
31. One after another. How in the world is he doing it? And he netted 32 points in that round. A scintillating performance. My goodness. That was special.
0-0. Thanks for coming out to support your team. Make sure...
How many times do I gotta prove? I'm one of them guys that will never...
Hi, this is Mikey Returns, and I qualified for the 250K My Team tournament. For this game day, I just knew I was going to be number one. It was a decent role. I had to play against tough competition, but I made it work, and it was a great feeling to see my hard work paid off. My first response, I honestly called my mom in the room because she didn't believe it either. She wanted to see that I was trying to tell her that video games could take me a long way, and I have a chance to make.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We welcome you to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. Durant is out there with Butler. Then there's the captain. Then there's Towns. And it's Doncic in at the point guard position.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. An All-Star week is one great show after another.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand. The biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
A multiple-time MVP. You know, what's really scary is that Giannis feels like he can keep getting better, and more importantly, he does the work to get better.
Pass to the captain. And the West. Hit again from deep.
And that's getting it done from deep. That's what the All-Star game gives you, the freedom to show your full range.
You know, taking that shot in a regular season game might get you a spot on the bench, but here, it gets you a standing O.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's James. Harden outside. Jokic trying to free himself up. And another miss by the East. West All-Stars off to a quick start here. 4-point game. Jacks up a three, and he gets it to go. No problem on the three from the captain. The captain's got 11 points.
You know, Jimmy's really a great playmaker from the wing spot, and I think at times Butler can play point forward.
KD against Harden. Pass to Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, that kind of deep, pretty typical in this event. Second half may be a different story, but the first half, it's pretty soft.
The captain with the bucket.
Well, let's say the defense being played here tonight might be a bit on the soft side from both teams.
Well, I know you're not surprised, are you? I mean, fast and loose is the way this game should be played.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, he is only concerned right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Here's the captain. The basket good off the assist from Durant. 20 points for the captain.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
And the West hit again from deep.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
The East trail by 18. It's stolen. Lets it go with the 3. Drills the 3-pointer. The captain's got 29.
I'm not sure he realizes there are 4 other guys on the floor with him, trying to make this a one-man show.
Yeah, he's got a little black hole going on there. If he gets it, then he's not giving it up to anybody else, and that's really not what this game is about.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the West All-Stars.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Now a timeout called by the East. You have to like what we're seeing from the captain.
Just killing it from deep. They've got to be all up in his jersey at all times. Give him even an inch, and you're just asking for him to drop another triple on you.
A big group substitution here for the East. Sabonis, he's checked in for Jokic. Tatum comes in for LeBron. Irving's checked in for James Harden. And it's Stephen Curry in for Ball. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Towns. Anthony Davis comes in for Kevin Durant. Leonard, he's checked in for Butler. And it's Devin Booker in for Luka Doncic. And here is Tatum after the 3-pointer from the captain. Tatum kicks to Curry. And another miss by the East.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
It's Antetokounmpo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Anthony Davis.
That one on Davis.
Well, I tell you what, the long arms of Antetokounmpo are really incredibly lethal in the paint. Sometimes the defense really has no choice but to foul him and then hope he misses.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. The captain with the bucket.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
From past the arc, and the West hit again from deep.
Hard to believe you can have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Talk about putting up points in a hurry. He can't miss right now.
Irving with a clean look, and he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Here's the captain. That will count. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing.
And so it's the West All-Stars with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. Some changes here for the East. Giannis, he's checked in for Brown. Bradley Beal comes in for James Harden. And it's Ball in for Stephen Curry. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Towns. Leonard comes in for Kevin Durant. Ingram, he's checked in for Devin Booker. And the captain subbed in for Doncic. All out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's LeBron James. And it's Giannis in at the four-man position. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars.
You know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Sabonis comes in for Jokic. And it's Jason Tatum in for James. Davis kicks to Leonard. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's the captain. He's covered by Ball. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Davis. Again, the West All-Star.
You know, with his ability to stretch the floor, Davis really adds another dimension to his team's offense.
And the pass to Leonard. Here's the captain to the inside. 1:19 left in the first half. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so Giannis will bring it up for the East. Ball. No good on that one. Some solid defense from the captain. And it's the West All-Stars ball. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And the layup's good off the glass. Davis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Tatum against Leonard. Tatum passes to Sabonis. Over Ingram. And he overshot that one, missing. Pass to the captain. Here's Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Boy, you describe AD's games and you start running out of superlatives. I mean, when this guy is healthy, he dominates in a different fashion, but in similar ways to Tim Duncan.
And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. Number 2. That's his third foul of the game.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the third quarter.
The East making a switch. Irving's checked in, and West also making a switch. Embiid's checked in.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through.
Leonard the pass to the captain. The 3 drains it from beyond the arc. The captain's got 52 points.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now. And so far, no go.
And the East All-Stars call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from the captain.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
Just 4 seconds left now here in the second. And so it's the West All-Stars able to put on a show for the ages. The scoring has...
Get ready.
1/2 remaining in the NBA All-Star game. Substitution in for the West.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Here's Towns. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. We've got Doncic. Durant is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then there's the captain, and it's Towns in at the 5 spot. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game. In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
Durant, good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 4th assist in this one.
Towns showing you his unselfishness there, willing to give up the rock if his teammate has something a little better.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and they convert it last on attempt number 3.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
The captain passes to KD. Some nice passing here by the West. Here's the captain. And the West hit again from deep.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Ball, the pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Well, you know, it's obvious that Ball knows exactly how to work the angles. He gets the ball to a wide-open shooter just about every time.
Back to Butler. Passes it to the captain. And the West hit again from deep.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
Down low. And Jokic throws it down.
Well, LeBron James is clearly a tremendously talented passer. When a guy is open, he'll get him the ball.
So it's the West now. The captain sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. The captain's got 12 points now in the quarter. Inside, here's Antetokounmpo.
There are nights that Antetokounmpo can reach a level few have in NBA history. The MVP feeling it tonight.
The captain with the bucket.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. The East All-Stars will keep it. Brown is checking.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Bradley Beal is out there with ball. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then there's Jason Tatum. And it's James in at small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. And Ball slams it in.
Well, it's great seeing Ball finish with strength like that, showing off the athleticism with that rim-rocking throwdown.
The captain, that one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. 69 points for the captain.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
And some changes here for the East. Sabonis, he's checked in for LeBron. And Irving subbed in for Ball. And West also making a switch. Davis is checked in for Embiid. The captain with the bucket.
And what can't Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
Good.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And even down big, the effort and energy is still there to try and make a comeback.
They get a hand on it, and now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Davis using that athleticism to battle it out on the glass. From in that tight, hard to stop AD.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Good on the triple. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. Drives to the hoop. Shoots over Ingram. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
Tatum's athleticism as he drives, really impressive. I mean, just shredding the defense to pieces there.
The captain, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And that one's good, Irving.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
So it's the West now. The captain with the bucket.
And with the ball in his hands, Mitchell attracts attention, then breaks down the defense with the pass.
Ingram against Tatum. Kicks it to Irving. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by the West. Here's the captain. Off the mark. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.
How many times do I gotta prove? I'm one of them guys that will never lose. Look in the sky and you see how we move. I done got tired of teaching in school. Retired from thinking you thinking the same way I'm thinking. Was I built the tunnel and back to the crib to go straight to a safe, and as long as the link is you think. Real dope boy, all white Nike Airs or a fresh pair of Leeds. With a in the spot, city looking for a job, so the watch for them. I can't put the crib in my name, cause everything in that. And plus it's a few. Throw the money up. Went from a G-Shock to a paddock. I'm coming up, think of them nights. All I ate was a honey bun. It was so dark, but I knew that the sun would come. Nobody like me, I'm one-on-one. Your dog keep barking, we might have the muscle.